New to my channel. Whoa, I almost just lost the iPad. Welcome. I am ranked top 5 female psychic in the United States by the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums. I've been a practicing professional psychic for the last 10 years and have been training people in developing their own psychic abilities since 2016. So, with that, we are going to be doing a new moon transmission here. We're going to be tapping into the frequency of Sagittarius, the energy of this particular constellation. Now, with that, what I want to say is that if you are here watching this video, this transmission absolutely is for you at exactly the right time. I believe that Spirit leads us to the messages, leads us to the guidance, leads us to the insights that are here and made available to us all the time and in every moment. So as we create this container here, those that are here and with me live are able to tune into the frequency. So even though we are not in the same physical location, there is an energetic container that has been created and that will continue to be created as we dive in a little bit more deeply and as a little bit more people come in. Hello, welcome, Melissa. So glad you're here. And so what we're going to be doing, this is how this works. We connect in the 5th dimension. So when we're connecting in the 5th dimension, time and space do not exist in the 5th dimension in the same way they exist in the 3rd. So that is how we're able to create this energetic container. Now, when we create this energetic container, what that means is that you are able, as your higher self and energy body, you're able to actually also feel the container of everybody that is present. And so some of you may feel that. So if you're new to this kind of work, don't put any pressure on yourself. Just notice what you notice, feel what you feel. You will, as you traverse in this field with me a little bit longer, you will start to feel the sensations and feel the energy moving through your body a little bit more clearly, just with practice. So with that being said, we create this 5th dimensional container, and so that is how I tune in, because there is no time and space. I can also feel the energy and the insights or the intentions of people that will be watching the replay. It's really, really incredible. I wish I could show you what it looks like to me using my own clairvoyance. And by doing that, I intuitively connect with what is the most prominent and potent energy in the field. What is the biggest prayer that we all are here collectively setting the intention to clear, to move through, and to reset? So with this new moon in Sagittarius, it's a really, really strong and clear energy about like really ending cycles, really clearing out the patterns of behavior that do not serve, that have been holding us back, that have been self-sabotaging, all these things. We want to move forward into a new state of presence and in a new state of being by making different behavior choices for ourselves that is going to be long-lasting and insightful for many years to come. And so that's why when we look at these points, and my prayer here for all of us is that this experience is a pivot point. And by pivot point, what I mean by that is that this is a turning point. That whatever it is that you have going on in your life that you're kind of wrestling with and you haven't really quite come to terms with, we really want to clear these patterns of confusion, patterns of where you're spinning your wheels, so that from this point forward, you are able to be so clear with where it is that you are going, that there is no question, no doubt in your mind that all things are really focused on bringing you into the highest state of awareness, the highest state of presence with your internal composition, your internal world. And so that's why we focus more on inner work here, because the inner work, and I don't really like to use the term work, but when we focus on our inner world and we start to rearrange the furniture a little bit and we go, oh, well, that was placed there by my mother, or that was placed there by my great-grandfather and I didn't even know it. And we start to go, okay, well, I want to reset my family's energetic identity around money. I want to reset my family's energetic identity around relationships. I want to shift the dysfunction that I know is present And the way that trauma works, this came to me when I was getting ready for this. The way that trauma works is that in a traumatic experience, and we'll focus on traumatic experiences before the age of 10. Adult trauma is also very real. But any experience that happened before the age of 10 that helped to shape your identity, in some cases shapes your identity in a way that is actually limiting or disserving, we want to take a look at. So when trauma happens, there's a separation, there's a split in the psyche, there's a split in the energy body, there's a split of, okay, well, if it's left unresolved, there's a portion of our conscious awareness that gets stuck in that place and time. So that's a fragment that gets released from your whole being. And so that fragment that gets released from your whole being gets stuck in that place and time. And what it does, yes, Gemma says, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. And what it does is it creates a blind spot. And again, I'm sorry about the cicadas, that buzzing noise, they're bugs that happen here in Bali. So I apologize, I am moving next week, so hopefully that will not happen anymore. So there's a part of your psyche that gets caught in that place and time. And so when it gets caught in that place of time, it creates a blind spot. What that blind spot then does is it magnetizes and attracts people, places, things, circumstances that match the frequency of that. And the reason is that it is calling for your attention. The power of attention is so strong. The power of attention is everything, because attention is presence. To be present with somebody, to give something attention. We all know. Did you maybe not get enough attention as a child? Do you know people that didn't get enough attention as a child? There's a lot of things that people do in this world to get attention, and we see it. And so when we actually give that wound, or we give that blind spot our attention, and this doesn't mean we have to go through like these trauma exercises of uncovering things and go digging, but life itself will hand us these circumstances and things. So I encourage you, when you get triggered, lean into the trigger. When you're in pain, lean into the pain. When your anxious attachment style comes up, lean into the anxiousness. When your avoidant attachment style comes up, lean into the avoidance. Really tune in and check into where you are abandoning parts of yourself by actually not stopping to pay attention and to see what it is that is going on there. And so that is really what we're clearing. That's what we're clarifying. That's what we're bringing up when we talk about these types of things before we get into the transmission, before we get into the connection that is going to allow us to go so much deeper within ourselves in this next hour or so. We're setting the intention to create this as a pivot point, which means we're going to recollect those fragmented parts. We're going to give the blind spots the attention that they need. And a blind spot is a blind spot. Why? Because you can't see it. So when you bring it to the forefront and you see it and you go, okay, I see that pattern. I see that identity. I see the way that shaped my personality. I see where that sabotaged that relationship. I see where that really created pain, not only in my life, but in someone else's life. We want to be able to move through this with more ease, with more presence, and with more grace. That's going to allow us a lot more of a clean experience as we move through life. And that clean experience really has a lot to do with just giving ourselves more grace in surrendering to the path of ease. And so when we surrender to the path of ease, it does not mean that challenges and obstacles are not going to come into our life. It means that when challenges and when obstacles come into our life, we know how to lean into it. Because here's the thing. Nobody is going to save you on this. Nobody can do your inner work for you. Not a single person in this world is going to help you bypass these things. We've got to show up for ourselves. We've got to show up more clearly. We can ask for help when we feel that we need help. We can ask for attention when we feel we need attention. We can ask to go to tea with a girlfriend or a guy friend when we feel that we need to talk something through. But it is up to us ultimately to be the ones that are taking care of ourselves, to move through these experiences and to also let other people know that they're not alone. A lot of us, we get so shamed based on like this society idea or ideal of what life is supposed to be, but that's not it. That's just a portion of what life is. I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer in hopes that that helps. So we want to make sure that all of these different pieces and parts of our life are coming together, and that we are holding the mechanism that's bringing that life force energy into such a clear connection with our own inner world, our own inner being. This is why it's important. When we come into wholeness and we collect these fragmented parts and we resolve these blind spots, we allow ourselves to feel the emanation of the fullness of our potential. What this does is it actually allows you to embody more of your higher self. And if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me talk about this program, the 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self. That is why this is so important, because you already have all of the potential that you will ever manifest, that you will ever embody, that you will ever express, that you will ever experience in this life already in your body. It is already there. It is not coming from somewhere else. It is not coming from another person. It is not coming from another place. It is not coming from, channeling your higher self that is outside of you in the 5th dimension. That is not how this works. You are a multi-dimensional being as you be right now in this here and now present moment. So the multidimensionality of yourself is already existing within you. It's already existing inside of you. And so that's why I am so passionate about doing this work. And again, I don't like to call it work, but it's why I like to focus on this part of life, because you liberate yourself. You give yourself more freedom. You're less triggered. You're less angry. You're not on the emotional roller coaster so much. Just like bipolar disorder or borderline personality or even narcissism that has been said in psychology. And I do have a degree in psychology, so I understand the psychological components of what it is that we're doing here energetically. We're piecing ourselves back together. We're allowing these parts of ourselves to come into wholeness. So narcissism, schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder, all of these things, all of these personality dysfunctions as labeled by psychology, the field of psychology as a whole, are actually coming together to be healed, neutralized, to come into the completeness of wholeness in such a powerful way. It is absolutely incredible when we really start leaning into these things more clearly for ourselves. So I want to congratulate you and thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this intro part. This is a lot of deep stuff, and I always know that when whatever I'm talking about or rambling about in the intros or allowing more people to come in is what's going to be the theme that comes through. So, yay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Do you have any questions before we begin? Is there anything that's coming up for you? What are your intentions for this? If there's anything that you feel that you want to contribute or request that I include as we go into this, I'm more than happy to hear from you. And again, if you haven't already, please click the little thumbs up, the like button on this video so that all the things happen with the algorithm. That's really what this is about. Thank you for helping me get this video and call connection out to as many people as possible. So your support and participation in being here and commenting and liking and subscribing and all of that is really beneficial and helpful to me, and also beneficial and helpful to the brothers and sisters that are on YouTube that have not yet connected with my videos yet. So thank you for your support in that way. All right, my loves, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead, if you don't already, I suggest to get a glass of water to just simply have with you so that when we're coming up and out of the transmission, you can have something that's a little bit grounding to just help bring movement through the body. If you haven't already grabbed a journal and pen and you're watching the replay, go ahead and pause and just get your zone set up, but do not go away. Get ready to anchor yourself in and get ready to experience this, because, like we said, it's already programmed to be a turning point. It's amazing what can happen in 60 minutes of deep diving within to really start to clear the focus of what is coming through and what you are going to be stepping into and embodying for the next 6 months of your life. So that's what these eclipse windows are. It's like a magnifying glass on a certain period of time, so that the things that happen in this window, the things that really dial in to our own inner world, these are the things that manifest, and these are the things that get more of our attention moving forward, like I said, for the next 6 months. So set your clear intentions. Beautiful. Listen, my intention is to let go of my expected timeline and surrender to the divine timeline. Courage to recognize and take steps forward to serve impact as I am here to do. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now we have that also embedded into the container that we're doing here. And so even if you don't necessarily say it into the comments, we can go ahead and feel that. And so again, praying that all those with eyes to see and ears to hear that are ready to experience these transmissions to come back into a place of presence within their own wholeness, that they may see themselves clearly and honor the greatest intention within their soul's calling by peeling away any and all societal programming and viral programming that is no longer serving any and all parts of themselves, really allowing that divine sovereign nature to come through and shine through so strong, so clear, so powerful, so potent. Yanaya uapukua hanai sisi aneki iatatake anaya wa uapua kuan tunakai sisi ona akua tunakai iatanakai isatanai iatanaki awapu uku tutukonakai Yanakai iatanaki iawa akapu ususunakia Ianakai itarakai itarakai iakatukurkurkurkanakai tukitkarkurkurkai kunakai. All right, beautiful. I'm taking a couple nice big deep breaths. Let's go ahead and set this space with a prayer. As we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, read prayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Ianaya yo uakanakai sukunuku uakatakanaki atana iaka susanai ikatanakai ia anai iawa uapun uapu uku uasa anai I ana ia uapua uaka. Okay, so immediately what I'm being shown is that our higher selves are here to help us remove any energies that have been pushed up against us or have been implanted into our field that is creating a block or that is creating a weight that isn't allowing movement forward. And what I mean by movement forward is actually the acceleration of your own frequency. So it's not necessarily about reaching towards a goal, but it is about where your body in body, mind, and spirit are vibrating. So by removing these blocks and by removing these barricades, and on some level, there has been an agreement set that has connected the energy of your own divine potential to these blocks or barriers by means of protection. And so now we're at this point in time where this is actually the most important thing that we can do, is start to strip away the layers and to know that because we're even having this conversation, it means that the etheric support, and by etheric support I mean your guides, your higher self, whatever spirit team or ascended masters you're working with. I personally like to work with a lot of dragons as well, and so that energy is around you. You are protected, you are guided. Those who wish harm will literally not be able to see you. When you are vibrating in such a way, maybe you've experienced this before, that you are invisible in a room to some people. And you may think that they were ignoring you, but they're not ignoring you. They simply cannot see you. If you ask them later, if you were in the room, and this has happened to me many times, it took me a while to figure out what was going on. Well, when people are vibrating in a low density and you're vibrating at a high density, it's possible that they're not even able to see you because They are in such a blind spot with their own inner world. They are in such a blind spot with their own inner light. They are so disconnected with their own center that they're literally not able to see a person that is vibrating at the frequency of illuminated light. So that is what I mean. There are so many different layers that protection is here. And protection does not mean that we have to keep these guards and barriers around our hearts. That is an illusion. That is actually part of the blind spot that magnetizes and attracts these harmful situations that don't allow us to be more clear in our presence, in our focus, in our intention, and how we're moving through the world. Beautiful. Take a nice big deep breath. Yana ya uapuaka atanakai isanai ikana aya wa uapuuku utanakai itana ia sasanai ia wa uapuuku na ia haaka sasanai ia tani ia wa haakapu ukunaki isanai itana ia sasa iana ia wa uapuuku unua haakiani ia wa uana ia haasasa Ita, ata, iata, o akanai, ikanai, ikua anakai, ikua ososonakai. And taking a nice big deep breath. Connecting your root chakra at the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the planet. And as you allow yourself to be connected down to the center of the planet, feel yourself anchoring in and rooting, and just simply set your grounding cord on release. Absolute, full, and complete release that is settling all that is not you down into the center of Mama Gaia. Ai anai ia kua haaka, ia tanai I sanai ia wa haakapu, ia anai ia ka anai ia wa uapua. There's a prayer coming in here, a very clear prayer that is fear of the future. So it is by what has happened in the past, allowing what has happened in the past to like throw a fishing line out. And as that fishing line goes out, it's like casting an intention for a future experience or a future potential that hasn't actualized yet, but the fear of what has taken place in the past is creating that again. So what we're doing is we're looking at that timeline, we're looking at where our subconscious is casting that into the future. We're going to go ahead and bring all of this into present time so that you're manifesting from a clear, heart-centered intention, and that you're not manifesting from a place of fear or destruction from lessons that have been learned. Because as you release that frequency from your body, it is all based on frequency, it is all based on vibration. So when you release that fear, the frequency of that fear from your body, you are actually allowing yourself to go even more deeply into the connection of creating that pathway for the golden timeline. The golden timeline is something that I like to say that is in reference to the timeline of your absolute highest and best. So breathe with me in through the nose, down through the root chakra, all the way down again, center of the planet, letting yourself be held, letting yourself be nurtured, and allowing yourself to receive a big, giant healing from your own higher self. So your higher self is the immortal aspect of your present being. It is the part of you that was in existence before the moment of conception. It was a part of you that is so deeply in love with the pathway of your own soul's calling. It is a part of you that is absolutely in alignment with the purification of your greatest wisdom, allowing yourself to dive deep in releasing. Just let go of everything. Absolutely everything. A lot of people aren't willing to surrender everything because they fear that that means that they're going to lose everything. That isn't the case. When you let go of everything that is not you, and you let go of everything that is not aligned with your highest calling, what ends up happening is you reset your energy. And so the things that are meant to come with you on the pathway of your golden timeline will absolutely just be simply attracted right back in because you're resonating at that frequency match. Anakai ia wasa anai ikua utana ia haaka sisianaya ia tanai ikua aya haanai sisia anai ia anai I aikiania wa ia wa utunu ua su uku uanai ia ka uapu unuku ua akana ia akasa anai Igwa uapua ha'anai sisianai ikia. Taking a couple nice big giant deep breaths, and again releasing down through the root chakra. Not only is this releasing, letting go of circumstances, energies, frequencies that are not you, it is making more room for your present embodiment of your highest frequency. So we're grounding that intention, grounding your highest frequency into the center of your heart. This is what I mean by find your center. Stay in your center. Be in your center. It means that you are unwavering, that you are unmanipulatable, that you are so clear in your intention in this world of who you are, what your present state of being is, that it allows your heart to be open in a way that you cannot describe in any other way. That as your heart is open in this way, you're able to feel the passion and the power that moves through you. It literally is the passion and power that moves mountains without you having to lift a finger. Ai kaya watnu wapu uku suuneki. Ai unakai itua ana hiikia. Isa eneki ia waha akanai. Isu unuku uapu unakai. Ia sa anai itua. Ia tanai ia ka anakai. Isu su unu ua haayani ia wa akapu ukunua. Ia sa ia ne ia wa uapu uku utunuhu ukua. Isa sa ia ni ia wa uapu unuaya. Ia ai ua ka anai hiiki isa ana ia akapua. Ia ta haanai, ia ta haanai, ia haanai tia kapua sini. Itakai unakai. Ia wasanai, ia wasanai, ia wasanai ia ka ua tusunu ua pua haaka. Yani ekiana, yani ekanaya, ia nakai ia ko susuna ia ho uku ua pu kua. Shai shayana. Shai shayana akaya. Allowing yourself to receive instructions for the action steps that are going to be absolutely divinely aligned in the perfection of your greatest calling. So breathing in deeply. Breathing in deeply. Surrendering and allowing. Just as you continue to breathe, visualizing that center within your heart space. Maybe your heart and the layers around it almost look like a jawbreaker, where there's just a layer of one color and a layer of another color and a layer of another color. And there's no need to define these layers or remember when these layers were created. Rather, you can just simply use whatever technique or sensation feels right and best to you to be able to release and let go, dissolving every one of these layers. Ua ka ana usuukua haakua, ia tani ia haaka, I tanaya uyawa upukua haanai, saya aka. Breathing in deeply and allowing your heart center to be open. As you melt away barriers and guards, all sorts of reasons to be unloving. And to be clear, this does not mean that you have to love everybody. By any means. This, however, is your opportunity to raise a powerful intention to your own highest calling. Go ahead and set the intention of your own prayer and be as specific as you possibly can. Breathe deeply in honoring yourself. As you take a look and an inventory of what is around you in your world, in your external reality, of behavior patterns that you're experiencing with other people that may or may not align with how you want to be treated or how you wish to be communicated to, and recognize that on some level, this is a mirror of your own patterns. And as you reconcile with yourself, bringing in, if it feels right to you, the angel of reconciliation. This angel as a guide to help you reconcile the circumstances or things, behavior patterns that you have acted out, that you now recognize were self-sabotaging and sabotaging of the relationships around you. And simply breathe. And simply breathe. Anchoring down your root chakra, again to the center of Mama Gaia, the center of the earth. Watching as your body becomes a slipstream of light. A consciousness that is resonant to your own signature frequency. So we're not going outside of ourselves to channel from any other places, from any other beings. That is not what we do here. We focus on the center of our own internal reality as our own center, as the northern light, and as our most guiding principle. Is how do you feel in your body? When you turn that discernment up and you become very aware of your feelings, your emotions, and your intuitive pings, you allow and understand, recognize that your body is an antenna that is helping you to navigate in this world, how to become extremely efficient. We can even say vibrationally aerodynamic, that aligns you to the people, places, and things, opportunities, rewards, and blessings that are here by design of your own birthright. For those of you that have had particularly challenging lives, just go ahead and remind yourself that now is the time for you to start collecting. Maybe you feel you've paid a lot into the karma box. You start to realize how powerfully deserving you are, how powerfully valuable all of these circumstances, events, and things have been in your life. So to connect even more deeply into the center of your own soul's calling, center of your own divine nature. Iawa unakai, iawa unakai, ia anaya, ia sana, ia haaka, I anai. So what we want to look at here is where there are incongruencies or mixed messages playing out in the center of your own being. And what I mean by this is when your mind is saying that you want something, your heart is maybe in alignment with that desire of the egoic mind. And this is where we need to be careful in this world. There are a lot of people, places, things, circumstances, professional advertisers, and so much more by means of media manipulation that show us where we are being bamboozled, to use a very technical term. So pay attention to your own inner world so that you may be clearing any and all inconsistencies within your conversations between you and you. Powerful connection of your own internal alignment is when you are able to be rigorously honest with where you are not clarifying your intentions for yourself. Oata anai kia sa anai itu unakai itu unukua, ianaya aka ana sianai, itu anakai itu anaka uapua, asasanai ikianai, ikayanai iaka uapu ususu unua, ianiawa aka anaka uapu ukua. Go ahead, if it feels right to you, rub your palms together. And go ahead and place your palms just right over your digestion, right over where your colon is, where your root chakra is. And set that clear intention that you are clearing any and all programs of fear, any and all programs of scarcity, any and all programs of not feeling or being good enough. Our root chakra holds a lot of our own survival energy. So if we are in survival, meaning our food, water, and shelter is not yet taken care of, then it is very important for us to be able to connect in with what is going on here so that we can see how this is being destructed. Just take a moment to connect in. See what you see, notice what you notice. Iokoa kanakai, ia tutukai, i tukunakai, iwa sa'nai, asana ia nai, iwa uata. Now, the intention here is to be very, very thorough with this healing. Now, we are not here to just simply scratch the surface. We are here to dive all the way down under the core, uproot the entire experience, to allow yourself to align more fully with the intention of your own light. That there will be no more self-sabotage, that there will be no more karmic ties or patterns where you are paying off karmic debts. As we set the intention for this, we have the power to clear it. And that's the difference between conscious and unconscious. So we can start accelerating very, very quickly when we become very attunely aware with what we are actually agreeing to. Yawa unakai iwasutunu uhu ukupu ukanai, asasanai itriatanakai, iawa aka sanaki iatatuke ana aka satniaka uapuku utunakai, Isuana iatani ikia haakapu ususunaya iata uanai ikia. Couple nice big deep breaths. And go ahead with your psychic mind's eye. Just simply visualize that you're holding a rose. And this is a gold sticky rose. It's like an energetic Swiffer. And bring that gold sticky rose down to your root chakra. And use that gold sticky rose to peel away and attract all the little energetic dust bunnies, all the fear-mongering or even propaganda that unconsciously is laying in your survival center. And breathe. Simply breathe. And just simply breathe. And let go. Gentle, 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 gentle. Easy, 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 easy. Open yourself to receiving the healing from your own higher self. Knowing that your higher self has direct connection to the Akashic records. So as we continue to affirm, we are choosing the timeline of the absolute highest and best possibilities, the absolute highest and best of rewards and blessings, the absolute highest and best of opportunities available to us. We are going to have to look in the mirror of different areas of self-sabotaging behaviors in all of its various forms. And this is okay. Allowing your golden timeline to come through also requires a level of spiritual maturity that invites you to hold that frequency. To be on the timeline of your own highest and best, your own golden timeline, it is required that you are vibrating at your highest and best. That you are nurturing your body, your mind, your emotions, your well-being as a whole, in all ways. And so as you give yourself that freedom, as you give yourself that permission to be skillfully and wildly present to that part of your internal being that is honoring all parts of you. And simply releasing that any and all parasitic energies, energies that are not yours. And if you feel called in this moment to do a parasite cleanse, actually clearing your gut, your stomach and your digestive tract, the little parasitic bugs, I highly recommend it. That would be a great idea. Io anai aka anaki io usu nu uapu uku ua. Ia ina ia wa opu uku unuku ua. Ianai ia ianai ianai ia ianai. Iana ia ianai. Iana ia ianai. Iana ia ianai. Iana ia ianai. Iawa oa ana I iawa. Ianai ai kiana ia ane iawa ha'akapu. Usayana ia oa anakai. Ikua u uku unu uku wa ha'a. Isana iawa ukua kua. Breathing in deep and letting yourself again surrender, open, letting go even more. Remember again that when we focus on the energies that are present in our own bodies in this here and now moment, we don't have to go digging. We don't have to go digging for things that have taken place in the past. We just simply go, okay, are there parts missing? I'm going to set the intention to call them in now. All parts of me that have been left in other places and time, dimensions, and space. I call all parts of my fragmented self into this here and now present moment, recollecting all parts of me from interdimensional places, experiences, memories, imprints, parallel realities. I call all of me here into this present moment where my physical body resides. And as I call all parts of me back, I recognize that there is a power and a presence that is keeping me here in this body. Operating at the absolute power and consistency of your own highest and best. Opening your crown from the inside out. And doing a nice cleanse or purge from that inner space out, fountaining out the crown of your head. And watch as that fountain happens, going through your toroidal field, your auric field that looks like it's kind of in the shape of a donut, a really tight donut, maybe a bagel. Allow that energy to flow from the crown of your head down around outside your aura, tucking into your root chakra and flowing all the way down your grounding cord. And simply set that on cleanse, clear out, purge, and release until you feel that energy running clear. At a golden light, a neutral golden light, maybe there's some rose gold, maybe there's some light blues in there, maybe there's some royal purples, but allowing yourself to really just simply surrender, open, letting all parts of you neutralize that which does not serve you. Also purging out that which does not serve you. Letting go in all ways, at all times. Living in this world and in this field by no attachment. And as you completely let go of attachments, you recognize that vibrational matches is simply what continues to align you to this state of presence. Simply feel what you feel. Notice what you notice. Feel what you feel and notice what you notice as your higher self takes care of you in this moment. Aya tanai itua ana ia tanai ia uapu uku uanakai I sasanai I tanakai ia uapu uku unuhu ukua sasanai ia tane ia hi ia akana ia I ua anai ia wa uapu unu uku ua sasanai ia tana ia. Remembering that you are so taken care of, you are so incredibly supported. What is your responsibility is to believe that you are incredibly supported and to know that you are wildly deserving of all of the things in your world that are supporting your physical health, your mental well-being, your energetic hygiene, the value and presence of your own heart center, experiencing love and being loved in return. Breathing in deep again and connecting into the center of your own heart, letting yourself know that you have your own back, that you are here to be your greatest cheerleader, your greatest champion, that you are your strongest ally, and as you are your strongest ally, you are also your greatest support, your biggest cheerleader, and never the one getting in your way. But when we take a look at the energy of what stops us, more often than not, it's a part of ourself and our own inner world, our own inner being. And so as we connect with ourselves in this way at this time, we are reminded that in every single moment you have choice. In every single moment you have an option. In every single moment you have free will. And your free will is activated in such a powerful and beautiful way when you are conscious to it. And as you are conscious to your free will, as you are conscious to your health and well-being, you are more capable of paying attention to releasing the behavior patterns that no longer serve you as you shift into spiritual wisdom, your own sovereignty of nurturing your soul's greatest calling, of nurturing your soul's highest intention, of nurturing the well-being that is within you. And trusting that the ripple effect of the internal space of your heart center is absolutely open. And breathe. All that has ever taken place has taken place in that place of divine timing, divine alignment. All circumstances and events have been here for you, not ever against you. The value of that internal place of well-being is so strong that when you connect your egoic mind and your intuition into it fully and completely, and you have the conscious understanding of what is taking place within, not ever will there be a force that brings you out of alignment with your own center ever again. Once this connection is made in the physical body, and there is a clear and steady stream of information flowing from higher self to head to heart to intuition, from intuition to heart to head, to that space of divine presence, the all-knowing at all times. There may be times where you don't feel as connected, but the connection has been made. The intention has been clear. The activation has taken place. And there is nothing that will ever get in the way of that. This is the embodiment of the higher self. There are many other layers of what we are evoking to remove and shift and take at different strides. So as you allow yourself to feel into the replenishment of your soul's calling and feel into the replenishment of your own intention, your ultimate purpose, way of life, and reason for being, all the rewards and blessings that you also agreed upon when you incarnated will simply fall into your lap. Your soul calling is what comes natural to you. It is the thing that brings you the most joy. And you are designed to experience as much joy and pleasure in this world as possible by embodying and acting that to which is natural to your soul. Again, this is what comes easy to you. Yes, this is what comes easy to you. Allowing room and spaciousness inside of your own heart. To feel what is moving through you in this moment. Finding that place of perfect stillness within. Yonaya waka sana ia tu unu. Ai anai I akua pu uku sutuku. Ai anai I tianai. Iatanai iatanai. Yawa anai ya uapuku u su unuku. I ai ianai iani iawa ua haan. Ianai a iawa ai uku. Osaya hana iawa uapuku antaya. Untai iaka ukua. Ia tataki anai ia hawa. Hayawa oaya. Ia anai I tane iawa uapu uku. Ia iawa uapu unuai. Iani ia. Opening to your heart soul calling. Surrendering even more deeply into the spaciousness of your open heart. To be reminded of what it means to be free in love. Continuing to just simply feeling the healing energy that is in this space, that is holding you calmly and peacefully as you offer yourself exactly what it is that you need. You are your own nurturer. You are your own teacher. You are your own leader. A lot of programs being released right now. A lot of systems that have been implanted into the physical or energetic body are being released and removed right now. So any tingling or pressure that you're feeling in your body, simply know that this is normal. As your systems change, you will notice a different lightness in your heart. If a lot of emotional energy is being unclogged or unplugged, you might feel sluggish or maybe slightly emotional for the next couple of days, but know that this is okay. Your health and well-being are vital to the next step of your accelerated potential. Honoring all parts of you. and breathe. Just continue to allow this energy to move you. As you're in the soft, gentle, nurturing energy of divine presence, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing you can hide. There's nothing that you should feel you need to hide. Allowing yourself to be fully and completely seen so that you can fully and completely receive the support that is here for you on all levels. And just simply breathe. Letting go. Surrendering. Absolutely letting go. Absolutely surrendering. Absolutely letting go. Absolutely surrendering. Absolutely letting go. Absolutely surrendering. Very gentle, very easy, very graceful. A willingness to be patient with the thorough nature of this complete receiving. And allowing the state of presence to be open, clarifying, and neutral. As you are continuing to breathe in, go ahead and rub your palms together. Just feeling the nature of your skin touching skin. Go ahead and place your hands on your body, maybe on your thighs, maybe on your hips, maybe to the connection of your shoulders or your neck, wherever you feel is important for you to place your hands, to be in contact with your own body, honoring these parts of you that are whole and complete by the nature of your own divine design. Reminding yourself that you are clearing the pathway fully and completely by coming into your state of clear presence. allowing your star family to be with you in the support of your own guidance, allowing the support of your higher self to be with you in the state of your own guidance. That as you make decisions, as you choose who you spend your time with, as you choose what activities you do throughout the day or throughout the week, as you honor that deep place inside of you that calls for absolute brilliance. Again, that this is your own true and pure divine nature. Alignment with your natural state of brilliance, to embody and to choose to do that which is most natural and the path of absolute most alignment. It's the path of least resistance. Resonance within your own heart is purifying the intention of the next few steps of your journey in unimaginable ways. So this connection that you are feeling between head, higher self, heart center, and intuition, which ultimately are not separate anyway, but when we clear the pathway so that there is clear channels of communication going on with all parts of you that are in alignment with your highest path of power and presence, that you are nurtured in this space, that you are nurtured in this energy, that it feels like coming home to self. It feels like coming home to source within. One moment, 1 minute of aligned right action is far more powerful than weeks, months, or years of piddling in the direction that is not aligned with your soul calling. This does not mean don't take action. It means stay present and stay aware when the antenna of your body is telling you this is the right way or this is not the right way. And it will tell you by showing you signs of resistance. Like bumpers on a bowling alley, you will know when you hit a bumper. You'll know when you hit a pathway that's like, oh, not that way. Oh, not that way. And if it is not that way, let go. We get ourselves in trouble when we try to force the things that our mind thinks we want, but ultimately that isn't what is aligned with our pathway of the highest and best. And many people live their lives in this way, and that is okay. But when you become conscious to the fact that there is a pathway that is aligned with your soul calling, that is faithful to the clarity of the path of most ease for you, you will become more gracefully present with your ability to choose what is right and best for you in every single moment. And when you are choosing what is right and best for you in every single moment, you are also giving all of those around you more permission to choose for themselves what is right and best for them. And this is all goes on telepathically and energetically in the field. Yanakai sita tuku. And breathe. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am precious. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am precious. I am deserving. Aikua hasa. Aikua hasa. Oa tanai. Breathing. releasing, breathing, releasing. Now, as we know, it's so easy to stay in this energy for so long. I want to encourage all of us to just very gently become more present with the space that you are in. Becoming more and more present with your own physical body. Gentle, gentle, gentle. There's no rush. Moving and wiggling your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes if you've been in a complete state of relaxation. Just very gently, gently, gently moving your body, moving your arms, maybe spinning your feet in circles, rotating your ankles, slightly bending your knees. Just very gentle, loving movements. Coming into your state of clear practice. Clear calling. Cicadas are getting excited that we're coming back. And I do want to also say that we didn't really go anywhere. This one was very clear and centered in the presence of deeply connecting that internal place of your own well-being. So I encourage you to set an intention, to ask for signs. Ask for signs of clarity. Ask for signs of direction. Ask for signs that your support team is there so you can help build faith in your patterns of belief of what is available to you. Give yourself credit to unwind. Give yourself credit to unravel. Give yourself credit to breathe easy. Honoring the deepest truth that was in you, within you. Thank you, Alyssa, for giving the cicadas big love. Ya anai sasa uapu, atanai isusu, aya akana akanaki, itu tunuku, asukunai, isiaka, itu uku utunaka anaya. Beautiful. So we have a few more moments here. Again, no rush. I'm going to be continuing holding the space for our allotted time to 90 minutes. So we have about 12 more minutes for those of you that like time checks. I do encourage you at this time, if you have your journal next to you, to just pick up and start writing. Just start writing whatever feels natural, whatever wants to come out, whatever reminders are there. Whatever insights of timelines that have opened up for you. Go ahead and open them up. Allow them to be clear. Allow them to be open. Allow them to be beneficial. Allow them to be purified. And allow them to be obvious. As obvious as we can possibly make it. As obvious as your spirit team can possibly make it. As obvious as we are here to hold the divine intention and power and presence of our own well-being. Any and all self-doubt completely dissolving. Any and all patterns of self-sabotage completely dissolving. Really connecting in with the power of the divine knowing of who you are, where you're from, how you got here, and what your natural skills and talents are, and that which brings you the absolute and ultimate most joy. So I'd love if you were here with us live to feel free to share with us what that was like. And if you don't want to touch your phone or connect with electronics in that way, I understand. That's very clear. That's very okay. Give yourself the spaciousness and grace to breathe easy. Let's do one more really strong connection from the root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Allowing and releasing, allowing and releasing, allowing and releasing, and anchoring into your body. Really anchoring into your body. Feeling how warm and juicy and lovely and exciting it is that you are here. The odds that it has taken in this world for you to be here at this exact moment, in this exact body, at this exact constellation, and all of those things, it is astronomical and probably immeasurable, but I'm sure some mathematician somewhere has conjured up a number to show you the chances and the odds of your presence in this moment. It is spectacular. It is a miracle in and of itself. So because you are connecting into the miracle energy, because you are connecting into the miracle vibration, because you are acknowledging that you yourself are a powerful and present, beautiful miracle, I invite you to take a moment to simply celebrate your presence. Wow. So powerful. So beautiful. And so I'm going to close this out with one more light prayer. And again, I want to encourage you to to click the link tree link in the description of this video. I like to use the link tree because it gives me the opportunity to share with you what is most relevant to this here and now moment as far as what other programs are available to you. I have done a lot of high-level business coaching in the past, so I do have a program there that is available for you right now. It's called Grow Your Soul-Centered Business, as well as Release and Rise. The 7 Weeks to Embody Your Higher Self is not available at this time, but will be in the future, and I'll let you know when the doors for that reopen. So I want to connect and remind you also that on that link tree there is a calendar. There's a calendar link that will let you know when I am going live to do more live readings. As I mentioned to you before, my intention here is to monetize this YouTube channel. So what that means, thank you, Kat, for saying it's deeply resonant and healing. This one felt very, very gentle, yet very, very effective. Beautiful intention, and everything was wanting and calling in, addressed and held. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Sending you so much gratitude, Kat. Okay, so with this channel, and it also came in very clearly as we were doing this transmission today, that I want to be in a position for me that feels most aligned with my heart. And I've been a part of the digital marketing field and the coaching field, and I don't particularly like it, to be honest. Of course, I have digital programs. It's very easy for me to record a transmission and share it with you in a way that will change your life. That's what I'm here to do. And so what my goal is to continue to allow these offerings to be available to as many people as possible. Yes, I will continue to have closed-doored membership opportunities, because when we have a more smaller and a more solid group that has a very clear intention, rather than what is open and available to the public, the energy of the container changes. And so we're bit deeper. We're able to go a little bit more expanded. It's a little bit more, I don't want to say a little bit, it's a lot more of a concentrated energy. So these are very strong here, yes. And when we shift into that other field of awareness where things are open by means of our collective intention, it can be a very, very, very powerful experience for everyone involved. And until then, like I said, I want to make sure that these resources through YouTube, a public forum, are available to as many, many, many people as possible. So what helps with that is your likes, your shares, your commenting, your word of mouth, telling friends and family members, inviting them to the new moon and full moon transmissions, as well as the live readings, inviting them to the channel, all of that, all of your support, all of your conversations, all of your communicating about what we're doing here helps far more than any advertising, helps far more than any marketing, helps far more than anything else I can do other than really connecting in with my deepest heart intention, and that is to continue to connect with you, to continue to stay present with you, to continue to be honored by you and with you as we move forward through this crazy world that we are living in, so that we can navigate the tides and the currents with as much grace and conscious present understanding as possible. So thank you for supporting me with this journey. Again, purchasing any of the programs, like, sharing, and commenting, and participating as much as you can really, really, really sincerely helps on so many levels. So thank you for sharing the support. I hope from the core of my being that this serves you in ways that helps you to manifest and clear a path as we use this magnified energy of the eclipse window, and as it amplifies the intention of where it is that we're going for the next 6 months. So know that you just planted such a powerful seed, such a powerful bulb in the garden of your own well-being by being here today, that it is going to open up so many new doors, so many new areas of possibility. Yes, Bella, thank you so much for being here, my love. All right, my sweet friends, let's go ahead and end with one more light channel. Taking a nice big deep breath, honoring the depth of gratitude for our shared experience here as we feel our hearts connect. Aikana uapu su'unuku, ata sanai ikia uatanaya, ikua uapu utu unua ha'aka, sasanai itua, ya akanakai iua uapukua hatanaki, isisianiawa, isisianiawa, yanaiki iakuapu. A few more deep breaths, anchoring root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia, center of the planet. That you are held in light in every single moment, in every single step you take, in every single decision that you make. You are absolutely held in the greatest light of your own highest ambition. You are powerful beyond your wildest imagination. And may you be present with yourself through all the rising tides that are available to you here and now. And so as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much complete. And thank you so much. Thank you endlessly for your presence. And like I said, feel free to share this video with as many people as you feel called to share it with, to share the good news, to share the support, so that we may all be amplifying our heart-centered intentions for the next 6 months. All right, my loves. Mwah. Ciao, ciao. And I'll see you very soon.